Utie oha extra punk no. Needs FM.
To join NDC fully.
Why? I'm still an NDC person. Why have I gone?
Say be a prepare party position for Probia.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to say, oh, shame. The post to be either said national organizer and I said,
Mami. You see,
chairman,
no,
party chairman.
You see, people don't understand the political dynamics. You understand? Unfortunately, people just think that people are desperate for. At least I'm not a desperate politician. I remember when I stood for general secretary and things went a certain way. There were people who said, "Oh, come and stand for Volta regional chairman." And I'm saying that for goodness sake, you have been deputy general secretary. You went for general secretary, and it didn't happen the way you thought it would happen. Why go back now to go and become regional chairman? You become a desperate politician. As if minus politics, you can't do anything. And that's the kind of education we want to give people. In fact, when we set up the party school, I don't know its current state now anyway, but as deputy general secretary, myself and Dr. Haji, when he was appointed director of research, the general secretary had traveled out of the country. By the time he came back, myself and Dr. Haji had sat down and put in place something for the running of the party school. Because that was President Mills's and Professor Uno, their brainchild. As ICQ we will say, their baby brain. You understand? We need political education in this country. People must be groomed. People must be mentored. People must understand. For example, if you say that Oposwan Pofo is the national chairman, is the current leader of the party, it's not because you are against anybody. That is the constitution of the NDC. It is stated categorically that once elections are over, if we don't make it into the presidency, leadership reverts to the national chairman until such a time that there's a new flag bearer. I didn't write it. So if Koku Anyidoho wants to educate, there is a bad person because he doesn't want somebody. But the truth of the matter is that is the law.
That is the truth.
Obeda Samoa, at a point in time when he was chairman, when we were in opposition, he was the leader of the party until Professor Mills became flag bearer. The one we lost in 2004. Immediately, Jake announced that in EC announced, leadership reverted to Obed again. Until in 2005, when Kwabena J became chairman at our Kofodia Congress. Then Kwabena J was leader until President Mills was elected in December of 2006 to become flag bearer. So if you are, then again, when we considered defeat in 2016, Dr. Kofi Potufi was the national chairman. He was leader until he chose not to contest again in 2018. So between 2018, when Oposwan Pofo won, he was leader until we elected a flag bearer in 2019. You see, and the young boys don't want to be educated on this. And so when you try to educate them and say, look, some people are misleading you. Come for knowledge. Because knowledge is power. They don't want that power you are giving them. Because for them, they are in some small world. And that world suits them. Let them be there. That's their problem. But I am saying that I will not be in that world with them. And I will continue to school. Because even Christ himself, when he came with the word, people didn't understand him. Paul, Peter, Silas, and co. They suffered because of the word. Stephen was stoned just like that. Because that day when he was speaking, he had the apparition of an angel. And the people couldn't take it, so they stoned him. But hey, what can I do? I will not live in the dark. So we will teach. In fact, when I went round campaigning for the general secretary, Mami, the only thing I carried was the party constitution. Telling them that, look, you people here, when you come to Congress, Congress is the highest decision-making body of the party. Don't come to Congress and let them come and stand in front of you and say, we have done so amendment to the Constitution. Those who have ever say aye. Those who don't ever say no. Say the ayes have it. I said, when you get there, resist it. They should bring the thing to you well in advance. Because Congress is the highest decision-making body. Congress is not to ratify a decision taken by a committee in Accra. If some committee in Accra takes a decision and you get to Congress and they want you to ratify it, refuse it. And if I didn't do anything at all, 2018 Congress, for the first time since 1992, Congress refused to make certain, and that if they say I know, and I said, hey, at least I achieved some moral victory. In fact, it was in the achievement of the moral victory at phase 1 of Congress, and that at phase 2, things started happening. But hey, that is history.
Utie Oha Exi Pongno Needs FM.